I'm right.
You're wrong.
With Pablo Gunner and
Tone Bone.
And we are going to be doing a special video here at Albuquerque Comic-Con where I say that The Force Awakens is the greatest Star Wars movie ever. What about you?
I say you're wrong. Plain and simple.
All right. Bullet point time. And I'm here to tell you why Star Wars The Force Awakens is the best Star Wars movie ever. Reason number one, BB-8. Adorbs. You can't deny it. The thumbs up flame, so cute. You know you love it, okay? And he's R2 for a new generation. That's fantastic. Wonderful, right? Come on. How could you not love that? Then we have Finn. Phenomenal actor. Right away, you know it's Finn in the costume. You know, because he's that good of an actor. You get the nervousness, you get all of it, and he's funny. I gotta say, he's an attractive guy too. And you know what? It's also wonderful that they're bringing a little, diversity to the cast. Main cast, mind you, not just side cast, but main cast. So that's nice. That's wonderful. Okay. Then of course we have Rey, which is, she's a badass, okay? She's cool, she's cute, everybody fell in love with her. You know it. You know everybody fell in love with her. Absolutely. She's a gearhead. That was cool, She knows all that stuff. That was really neat. She's smart, and personally what I think, spoiler alert, if it happens to be, she's Luke's daughter, which is why she's so freaking strong in the Force, which is why she was so awesome and totally owned in that movie. Watch it a second time. If you don't believe me, it'll make a lot more sense. Look into Star Wars a little more. You know what I'm talking about, okay? Classic Han and Chewie. Classic Han and Chewie. The dialogue was just on point between those two. The way they acted, everything. It was like coming back home again, and it was so wonderful, just like they said. I loved it. They were at the top of their game, without a doubt. As was all the other dialogue, all the freaking action-packed scenes. You love it. It was just like a Star Wars movie should be, with all the action, and it leaves you wanting for more. That's what it should do. Oh, I have all these questions. Yeah, you're supposed to. It's a trilogy, okay? So yeah, that's, just like a great comic, leaves you wanting for the next one. That's what it should do. And last, but definitely not least, my homeboy over here, Kylo Ren, okay? Messing stuff up. Who's stronger in the Force than this guy that we've seen? He holds a blaster bolt while he's having a conversation and then lets it go. It was wicked. His interrogation skills, on point. Not even Vader had those interrogation skills. Also, more depth than any other villain we've seen in, almost anything, and definitely Star Wars movies. There was conflict, there was anger, there was hate, there was fear, all those things to lead him to the dark side, and we will see that in the next movie even more, and he will be even better. Don't worry about that. And the tantrums. Tantrums, they were cool, they were awesome, they were terrifying, they were also comical at times. So, all of it. And his lightsaber's wicked. You know you want that lightsaber. So, that's all I gotta say about that.
This is Tone Bone for why you're wrong. We all love Star Wars. Everybody, even if you've never seen it, if you lived under a rock for a million years, yes, we all love Star Wars. But The Force Awakens is not the best Star Wars movie. Now, we can all give J.J. Abrams credit, did a good job with it, but rewriting 4 to 7, that's not being creative. It's not. Just because you replace the names of some characters with some new characters, that doesn't make it better. Oh yeah, we all felt nostalgic for it, but in the end, remember, they're just trying to make money. They don't care about our feelings, they care about our wallets. For my next point, I'd like to go to a special guest, Shenji, right here. Can you tell us why The Force Awakens is not the best movie? I agree. See, Pablo, even a baby can tell you that The Force Awakens is not the best movie. We all know it's Empire, and that's why you're wrong.
I'm assuming you saw the movie The Force Awakens a few times. Okay, good. So if you saw it a few times, I'm going to go ahead and assume you like it.
Yeah.
But what did you think, like, overall?
I thought it was an amazing...
Your choice if you want spoilers. I mean, we'll throw a spoiler alert out
spoiler
there,
disclaimer. I won't do any big spoilers, but I thought it had all of the elements elements that we really loved as far as Star Wars. I loved the return to the practical effects. It felt so much more grounded and real, which I think the prequels wanted to show us this amazing world and kind of lost touch a little bit with that grounded nature that Star Wars has. I guess the big twist or whatnot as far as with Han Solo was horrible, and the second, third time I saw it, I was like, nope, ignoring this part. But he walks out onto that bridge, and I was like, no, never walk out onto a bridge in Star Wars. Nothing good ever happens on a bridge in Star Wars.
You know what he was
People
doing.
lose arms and lives and, childhood delusions and stuff. Like, don't walk on a bridge in Star Wars. Just PSA
Harrison
there.
Ford knew what he was doing.
I know,
when he
right?
walked
He
out
should
onto
know.
that
He's
bridge.
a smuggler.
Yeah, he knew. So, but me personally, I think it's the best Star Wars ever. What do you think about that?
I think that I love all of them for different reasons. I even love the prequels, so no hating.
Oh, see, I don't even. All right, we're done. We're done here. We're finished. This interview's over.
Come back
It's
here.
over.
Come back here.
Fine,
come back
fine,
here.
fine.
I will agree that it's definitely the refreshment that we needed as far as the Star Wars kind of community and bringing it back. And Rey is badass, and it's about time that we got a badass female Jedi. So.
Stonebone here, continuing our search to see what people think of The Force Awakens. Is it good? Is it bad? Thought I'd talk to a fellow rebel pilot here about her opinion.
All right. Like, where to begin? Okay. So, yes, it did have a very excruciatingly painful Disney vibe to it. But then again, it still felt very, true to the Star Wars homage. Like, it wasn't too far out there's hidden Mickeys in the sky or in the space or anything. But it was good. I wasn't, insulted by it. I was actually very pleased, although my feelings are hurt.
As all of us are.
Yeah, just why? Why would you do that to your own father? You whiny little snotty piece of. Sorry.
But you have to admit, for wearing his helmet that entire time, his hair looks great.
I wish I could get my hair to look like that with just the natural curls and everything.
Dark side Pantene or something. I don't know what he's using.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's the Force.
There we go. That's your definitive answer right there.
Assuming that you saw TFA, The Force Awakens, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, my standpoint on it is that it's the best, the greatest Star Wars movie of all time. What do you think about that?
I say number 2 after Empire, still. After Empire Strikes Back.
It's number 2. You're saying TFA is number 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Why is that?
I just think, when a movie doesn't have a happy ending, that's kind of a ballsy way to go. Mm-hmm. It introduced...
For Empire, right?
Yeah, for Empire.
It was pretty bleak.
Yeah, it was pretty bleak. Hell, even Lando's wearing Han's clothes at the end, so...
He just has a closet full of that same uniform, and he didn't have to bring his clothes with him, so he just threw one of those on. That's what happened.
But yeah, and then you got Boba Fett, you got the greatest twist of, I am your father. And
Boba Fett's a joke. Boba Fett's a joke. He got killed by a guy that was blind by accident. He wasn't even on purpose. He didn't even kill on purpose. It was a joke. He's a clown. Boba Fett's freaking clown shoes, okay? That's it. All right? Phasma's definitely cooler than Boba Fett. Okay, definitely cooler. And she's gonna turn out a lot cooler. Just wait and see.
I don't know. I don't know. Is it worse having your last appearance falling into a monster's mouth or being thrown into the garbage?
Well, we didn't see it, and we don't know the after effect. But we'll see. We'll see more of her, I'm sure.
She's coming back.
So, all right, okay.
We found Waldo, and now we get to ask him his opinion on The Force Awakens.
Well, I just really like the movie. I think J.J. Abrams did a really good job with it, and I think that it was way better than the prequels, because I don't think anyone really liked the prequels.
No one did.
But, I really liked how they, how most of the troopers weren't CGI as in the prequels, and then how the storyline I kind of like how it echoed A New Hope, because it kind of let people who hadn't seen the movies before kind of get an idea of what's going on. on, and then for people who have seen it a lot, be able to still really enjoy it and really be able to follow the story really well. So,
Well, a lot of people are calling it that it's got that same feel as a No Hope, lazy writing, or just you're trying to appeal to the older generation and the newer generation. And people are really kind of stuck on that. It's like, oh, but yeah, J.J. Abrams, great director, we love him, but at that point it seems just maybe a little played at that point. He knew the audience he was playing to, and he just some people say it's lazy. What's your opinion on that?
I mean, honestly, J.J. Abrams had a lot of pressure going for him. Like, a lot of people were really counting on him to make a really good Star Wars movie. So I feel kind of echoing A New Hope really made it a little easier for him to be able to get in a lot of the aspects people really wanted from the Star Wars movie, either the older generation or even the newer generation. So I think echoing it probably was a good move, just in that sense. So.
Well, one thing we can all agree on, they're just going to make so much money that it doesn't matter. And now that we're leaving Waldo here, we're going to try and find Carmen Sandiego next.
What did you think of it?
I really liked it. I thought they did a really good job of sort of bringing in the classics with sort of the new, you know. You get to see everybody who you know and love if you're a fan, which I am. I'm a pretty big fan. And they made it really accessible to sort of a newer generation, or maybe people that weren't as familiar with Star Wars. I feel they really did a good job with that, so I'm pleased with it.
Right. Would you say that it's the best Star Wars movie ever?
Oh, gee, that's really hard. It might be, you know, and that's a hard one. I gotta say, people are probably gonna say that it is, just because it's been so long since we had a really good one. I will tell you that almost everybody I've talked to said it's the best one since The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah.
So
It's all about that Kylo Ren, you know, that's why he's going to dethrone Vader. Within the next movie, he's going to be completely dethroned.
I hope so, because right now he's feeling a little wimpy to me.
I don't know. He's going to ascend. He's going to ascend. Just watch. Just watch.
I trust you.
Just watch.
Winding around our questioning here today of whether The Force Awakens is a good movie or not. And we had to get the most creative, best opinion we could, and that goes to the man that has the most amount of money, Batman. Batman, what's your opinion?
I did enjoy the movie.
You did?
I really did. I know some people have a different opinion of that, but I believed it was a good film, and that I know a lot of people didn't think the storyline was perhaps as creative as it could have been. However, it was nice because you didn't really have to see any of the prior movies to have seen this one. There is a couple big key points that you do need to know, but they pretty much fill it in. They fill in the information that you need to know. So I know quite a few people who have never seen Star Wars before, and they still followed the movie just fine. So I do think that it was a good revamp in my opinion, because anybody could see it. You don't have to be a lifelong fan of Star Wars to really follow the story.
Which is great about that, but of course a lot of people say, well, because it's just it's written the same way as 4, maybe it's lazy, maybe they're just trying to get our nostalgia, but really they're just after our money, and that's of course something Batman knows all about. So I think they're on the right track there on that. But as long as you have a cameo maybe in one of the next 2 films, I think we'd all appreciate that.
I was actually in the first one.
Wow. All right, everybody, start looking.